How to live without bitterness. Bitterness is not a personality trait, it's a wound that didn't close right. It sets in when something real was taken from you, your trust, your time, your joy. And instead of healing, the wound sealed itself around the pain like a pearl around a grain of sand. It calcifies, it becomes part of your voice, your thoughts, your way of moving through the world. And slowly you forget it wasn't always there. Living without bitterness does not mean pretending it didn't happen. It doesn't mean forgiving too soon or excusing what was inexcusable. It doesn't mean smiling through injustice or swallowing the truth of what was done. It means choosing, again and again, not to let that thing define who you become. Because bitterness, if left unchecked, becomes a second thief. The first one took something from you. The second one convinces you to give away everything else that was untouched. And this is how it works. Bitterness whispers to you that it's power, that it will protect you, that it will keep anyone from ever hurting you like that again. It offers itself like armor, but it isn't armor. It's a cage. You start seeing every kindness as a trick, every opportunity as a setup, every good thing as temporary. Bitterness makes you brace for betrayal even in places where it never arrives. To live without bitterness is to become very brave. You must look at what happened straight on, not romantically, not tragically, but truthfully. What was done to you was real. Maybe they knew what they were doing, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were cruel or scared or careless. But the point is not to explain their actions. The point is to name the truth without becoming it. You are allowed to be angry, but there is a difference between sacred anger and corrosive bitterness. Sacred anger rises up when something sacred has been violated. It speaks with clarity. It acts in protection. It can even burn, but it burns like a fire that purifies. Bitterness, on the other hand, leaks. It poisons. It builds imaginary trials and punishes people who never stood a chance. It puts the guilty and the innocent in the same cell. And over time, you're in there too. You become your own prisoner. Living without bitterness doesn't mean you've forgotten the pain. It means you've metabolized it. You've turned it into fuel, wisdom, a story you can carry instead of a wound that drags you down. Here's how you begin. First, locate it. Bitterness likes to hide. It disguises itself as cynicism, sarcasm, superiority. It may show up in your body, tight shoulders, clenched jaw, a stomach that never quite relaxes. Sit with it. Ask it what it's still trying to protect you from. Then thank it for the work it's done. Second, take off the costume. Bitterness gives you a false sense of control, but it costs you connection. Start practicing vulnerability with people who've earned it. Let someone in just a little farther than feels safe. Let joy back in even when it feels suspicious, even if it doesn't last. Third, mourn what you lost, not abstractly, specifically. Name it. Write it down. Say it out loud if you have to. I lost my sense of safety. I lost years of trust. I lost my belief in fairness. Grieve it fully, because if you don't, your grief will disguise itself as something else, and that's where bitterness breeds. Fourth, learn to love without a scorecard. Bitterness keeps track of every slight, every wrong, every time someone got what you didn't. It's exhausting, and it robs you of the gift of presence. Start practicing love that isn't about what you get back. Love like a gift you give yourself, even if it's just loving the morning light or a cup of coffee or the sound of someone laughing. Fifth, set boundaries. Living without bitterness doesn't mean living without wisdom. If someone keeps hurting you, it's not your job to become a sponge for their cruelty. Forgiveness without boundary is just permission. You can walk away without carrying the weight of vengeance in your chest. You can say no more, and I'm not going to let you take the rest of my joy with you. And last, stay soft. Bitterness tries to make you hard so you won't break, but softness is not the same as fragility. Softness is strength that hasn't forgotten how to feel. It's the choice to stay human, even after the world tried to make you forget how. You may still get hurt, but you won't rot. You'll heal cleaner. You'll live freer, and the people around you will feel it. They'll notice. They won't always know why, but they'll feel safer with you, drawn to you, because people can feel when someone's living without bitterness. It feels like drinking clear water. It feels like hope. And it feels like home.